and welcome. My name is Lorna Henderson, and I'm the Sales and Marketing Specialist with Tribute. Today, we are proud to present this webinar from our best in practice partner, Aldrich Web Solutions. Their presentation will feature the TrulinX Customer Service Portal, which was designed to provide your customers with 24/7 real-time access into their account information, including customer pricing, tracking, as well as inventory. The Customer Service Portal is a solution that is fully integrated with TrulinX, creating a powerful customer service hub. So without further ado, I will now turn this webinar over to Bill Rosado, Client Sales Advocate with Aldrich. Bill has been working in the distribution and customer service environment for many years, and he's excited to help your business succeed online.
Lorna, I greatly appreciate it. Good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you guys are at. I just want to say we are honored to be TrulinX preferred e-commerce provider. And today's topic, like Lorna said, is a webinar is on TrulinX Customer Service Portal. Now, I guess the big question is, where do your customers get their account information now? Before I get too far, let's go ahead and start with some housekeeping items. We will be answering questions throughout the webinar, so please use the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen and go ahead and put your questions in there. And in between sessions or in between segments, we'll go ahead and answer some of those questions for you. So how do your customers get their information now? We know that your customers are busy. We know that they work non-business hours. They work from multiple locations. They want to accomplish more with less. And we know that they don't always operate when you're operating. So TrulinX Customer Service Portal is designed to provide your customers with the information they want when they want it. It truly makes doing business with you easier. I was just having a conversation the other day with a client. And he currently was explaining how he worked with two different vendors. They provide basically the same service around the same price. Both are available to them by phone or email Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. But vendor A offers an online customer support, allowing them access to their data 24/7 through an online portal, whereas vendor B kindly requires them to leave a voicemail and gets back to them the next business day. I guess you can kind of guess which vendor he prefers to work with. So we'll go ahead and just kind of get things kicked off here and start with the first poll. We have a poll in place here to get a better understanding as far as what information can your customers get to you via your current website. So just take a few seconds, go ahead and answer the poll here. And then after that, we'll go ahead and I'm going to show you the customer portal. Yeah, we got about 2/3 of you. I'll wait just a few more seconds here. All right, we'll go ahead and close that poll. So 83% customers cannot access account information. So I'm sure that's why you're here. 17% does have real-time pricing availability. So now I'm going to show you the tool that helps take some of the burdens off your team's plate and allows you to better serve your customers. I think you would agree that'd be a great win for your business if you're able to have a tool like that. When we look at TrulinX Customer Service Portal, it has a personalized portal features in order to allow you to go ahead and brand it for yourself. So right here, we've got Marion Hose and Supply, but you'll be able to put your logo up here. And then we could go ahead and tailor it and brand it to your colors also. You see that we're going to land here on this page. I have a login already, so I'm able to log in. But if not, if I was an existing customer and didn't have a login, I could click right here. And just some basic information from your account would allow them to go ahead and set up their own account and be able to log in. If they didn't have that, if they wanted to, they could also go to the new customer. They could request access, and then on your end, you would decide if you want to give them access or not. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Also, as far as a personalization, you can see right now I'm logged in as ABB, but it shows my logo here. So it allows you to go ahead and personalize it to give them that personal feel. That way they feel like it is actually their portal, it's not Marion Hose's portal. It gives them that ability to come back to basically feel like they're at home. As far as personalized, to be able to see what you guys have as far as stock and availability, which is probably one of the most popular reasons customers come to your website, and we give you that capability to where they can search by a part or a description. So for instance, if I wanted to search by tape rule, it's going to pull up that information. It's going to let me know if there's a price in TrulinX, it's going to show a price. If not, it will show to call for a price. It allows you to see if it is in stock or if it's not in stock. And if you have multiple locations, it allows you to show multiple location information as far as in stock. We could also search by part numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and search by 30456. As you see, that isn't a true part number. That's a partial part number. So the true part number is STN space 30-456. But there's a best match search involved here that is going to know that 30456, this is probably the part number that they're looking for. If I wanted to actually search by like a manufacturer or description, if I'm going to search, I can search for Dixon here and find all that information on all the parts that you have to see if they're available or not. And then what my price is tied into TrulinX. So again, I am logged in as ABB. So this is my pricing that is in your TrulinX right here. One of the other things that they're able to do when they land here is to go ahead and check orders. So they can see their company orders. You can select a date range. For instance, there's September. Now they could go through individually and click all these here, but we give them the capability to be able to view the details right here. When they click right here, you're going to see it's a nice, clean, printable format, so they can actually print that. They can also expedite, ask for information as far as an ETA. One of the other powerful things that you're able to do is go ahead and see current statements. So they can, at any point in time, come in real time and see their information from TrulinX. You can see, apparently, I'm not probably the greatest payer, a little bit of a slow payer here, all these pink ones here, but they can see all that information and then they can bounce that invoice from right there. Same thing, nice, clean, printable version, allows them the ability to go ahead and print that out and not get like a basic total web page. They're actually going to see a nice printable version. Also, quotes. You also have the ability to see their quotes that they have in TrulinX. So again, this is my information that is tied into quotes. Same thing, I could click on individual quotes, but we have the ability to see and view the details ahead of time. That way I don't have to do the search to figure out which quote I'm looking for. I can decide that's the quote I want, pull that information up, print that quote out. Another thing that we have in place is invoice shipments and payments. So your customers can come on and see their invoices in real time, all the information from TrulinX. Same thing, I can select a date range, or I can go ahead and search by an invoice, a PO, or search by the order number. Same great feature, being able to see the details rather than have to click on the different invoices. I can see them all right here. And then you'll see also a nice printable copy as far as the invoice. We know, being in the B2B world, that your customers come in and they want to find things quick and easy. So we've allowed them to see their frequently purchased items by company. So when you look here, these are their top items that they ordered. So if I want to come in and see that information to see if it's in stock or what my price is, I can go ahead and click right there. And even from here, I can view my purchase history to just ensure that was the one that we purchased, a couple months ago, and could click on the invoice right here. Open back orders, just another thing that they can see. It gives them the ability to see without making a phone call. Really takes a lot of pressure off of your team to allow them to be able to come online 24/7. They don't have to wait for you to be there in order to check on an open back order. Matter of fact, they can go ahead and request an ETA. And I know you probably experienced this now where somebody calls in and say, you know, I want to check on my order, and you ask, well, what order number? Well, you know, I really don't know the order number. It was the one that we placed last month or last week. Well, in this case, you see all that transfers over. So whenever they go ahead and send this request in, it's going to have the order number. You can see it has the part or the description number right here. They just click and they request that, and a message is going to be emailed to you. So all that information is there. There's no hunting on your end or on their end in order to find that. Their order number automatically populates right there. So the TrulinX Service Portal is a great online CSR. I just want to remind, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the questions and answer Q&A at the bottom so that we can get to those questions. But there's two different packages that we offer. The first was Silver. The Silver package is a lot of the information that I went over there. Now there is another package. It's called the Gold option, and the Gold option adds two different things in place here that gives you two more powerful tools. One of the popular things that we know going on right now is people want to pay invoices online. So they can click right here. As far as to choose my invoices that I want to see, I could select date ranges right here. If I want to do date ranges, I can actually select invoices from the previous month. I can select just past due. I can go ahead and select them all if I'd like. Or I can hand pick and choose which ones that I want to go ahead and pay. And even have the ability to partial pay. For instance, if I knew I was going to get a credit here, I could partial pay that invoice. Gonna go ahead and proceed to payment. If you know, there's a couple options, and we can tailor this on what you want. So you have the ability to take credit cards, or you have the ability to do e-check. And that's set up to you. We can tailor that. We can offer both of those. You can offer one, you can offer the other. It just gives you a way to do that. Also, this gives you the ability so they can save their payments. So if I want to manage my payments, I can manage them. I can add a new payment. So I could add a credit card, or I can add an e-check. For demo purposes, I'm going to go ahead and do a manual payment. You know, you're not going to have that, and your customers aren't going to be able to do a manual payment, but I don't have the ability to go through this without doing it. So the dev team was kind enough to add that for me for this demo. Put my signature in. I'm allowed to put any kind of information, you know, as far as if I needed to put information, or if I put information why I'm short paying something, I can put that in the comments here. I'm going to quickly, easily just go ahead and submit that there. And then you can see this shows up that it is a partial payment. And this information is going to be emailed to who you'd like to have it emailed, you know, someone in your accounting department, so that then they can rectify that with your TrulinX system. And then if someone does come temporarily, it will show that these as paid or pending payment. That way they don't accidentally go ahead and double pay. Did we have any questions out there, Heath?
Yeah, there's a question about searching by customer part.
Customer part number. Yeah, yes, we do have it set up that if you have customer part numbers set up in TrulinX, I'll go back up here, then you could search up here as far as a customer part number. So your part number or their part number or the description. All right, the other opportunity that you get whenever you get gold that silver doesn't allow is to allow them to build a quote cart. So a quote request. You can go ahead and it already populates my ship to address information in here. I can add items. So same thing, I can search for the items here. I can put any type of notes. So for instance, if it was for a specific job, that way I have that information tied to that. I also have the ability to do a non-stock item. So if I don't know, I could put a description that I'm looking for something just to see if maybe you have it or if you have the ability to get it. That gives them the ability to see, hey, you know, this is something I'm looking for. It gives you a first shot rather than them bouncing to somewhere else in order to see if they have it available. So from there, I would just go ahead and hit that request. You guys are going to get an email, and then you can go ahead and respond with it how you want to respond, enter it as a quote into your TrulinX system, email them back information. So just the gold package just has 2 great modules because we know those are really popular right now.
Hey, Bill, there is a question from Byron about latency between the website and TrulinX. Essentially, what's the time between what you're seeing on there and TrulinX?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the latency time between the two is about 60 seconds. As far as if you put something in TrulinX, it'd be about 60 seconds. That request would be updated. But as far as latency, I guess the question is, if you're looking at latency, how fast it responds. It responds. So as far as searches, we've optimized it to respond very quickly. So there's no real major latency involved as far as doing searches, if that's what your question was.
Byron has another question. Are the items that we have in TrulinX searchable on the internet at large? In other words, do you have to log in to see this, or is this a private portal?
So this is a private portal for them. So this information isn't going to be at large out on the internet. What most of our clients do is go ahead and put a link, so this is marionsupply.eliportal.com. So it would be, what your company name is, .eliportal.com. They put a link on their current website. So this isn't really an e-commerce. So there's no content pages, there's no searching in order to find this. This is just for your clients, B2B.
Let's see. Another question, does this do smart parts?
No, it does not do smart parts. This is really built just as a customer service portal. It is not an e-commerce solution. So yeah, it is not really built in order to do a smart part online. All right, I got one more poll here. Let's go ahead and put this poll up here. Would customers benefit from the portal? So if everybody just takes just a moment to review the answers there. Slowly getting here, about a third of you. %, just a couple more. I'll give it like 2 more seconds. All right. So 50% say a few customers would use it. 33% say yes, a majority, and some say 17% say yes, some of our customers would like that. What we found really is when you do put the portal, it really makes you sticky to your customers. So it gives them the ability. I think you'd be shocked how many people actually would use it. It allows them to not go to your website and then bounce and have to make a phone call, have to send an email. They can go ahead and check all that information right there from it. So we found that it is a very powerful and useful tool, and you'd be surprised how many of your customers really will use it. As we see time go by, a lot of changes in some leadership as they're coming, and you're going to see a lot more people are looking for more information like this. That younger generation, they just want it at the touch of their fingers rather than have to make a phone call or send an email out.
Questions here. Can quote order previously created smart card item number?
It's hard to answer that question as far as the smart item number. I guess if that is in your TrulinX and you have it enabled, I guess there's a potential, but we'd have to, that's probably an offline question where we'd have to really learn more information in order to make an answer there.
Byron is asking if we can demonstrate what it looks like making a new user. Maybe you could just pull up the admin side and show what the user, we don't really want to set one up probably.
Yeah, but I can go ahead and show you on the admin side of this. So this is where you would manage, this is the back end of it. You know, as far as, and this is where your user management would be, so that you could add a user. And then there's some other things on here as far as in order to manage them. So I kind of don't want to, kind of hard to get into the details here, because it would really be designed for you to use, you know, as the admin. But yeah, here's where all the user management stuff allow you to add users and manage those. Yeah, it's a process. It'd take quite a few minutes. So that'd be something that if someone wanted to do an offline demo, we could probably cover that and set it up to where we could be able to do that.
So Byron's asking then, do users create their own accounts?
So you can allow it to be two ways. So the first, whenever we started out, the first thing could be, as far as the login, you could set it up to where if they have information, so if I'm logged out here, I'll log back in. An existing customer, if they have this information here, if you look, they just have to verify if you want to set this up to where they would create their own account. If you don't want them, or if they don't have that information, they can go to a new customer, you know, and submit that they want to go ahead and start a new account.
So essentially it's
All right. So yeah, it really just depends on the situation, and we can tailor that to how you would like it to happen. Since we kind of got into it a little bit, difference between portal and e-commerce, you know, because some people think the portal is an e-commerce solution. It really isn't a full e-commerce solution. It is exactly a portal. So both e-commerce and portal, you would be able to show pricing and you'd be able to show availability. You'd be able to track the orders, be able to purchase, check purchases, invoice, and account history. But the portal does not have online ordering. It does not have the marketing pages. It does not have any kind of content pages, and it does not show any kind of product images. So if that's what you're really looking for, then we'd be having a different conversation. We talk about e-commerce, but if those aren't important to you, portal does that. But not only that, e-commerce compared to portal has a very low implementation cost and a very quick setup. You know, it takes usually about 2 weeks to set up. So implementation time and cost are a little bit more feasible, you know, in comparison to a full e-commerce.
So there's a question, am I limited to a single user per TrulinX account? So could there be multiple people for ABB, or are you now consuming ABB?
No, you could have multiple people on ABB. So yeah, you can add as many people as you want to set up for them in order to be tied to that account. And then I guess one thing I didn't cover too, as far as having multiple people, if I wanted to, in my favorites link up here, individually, you could decide what you want put up in your favorites. You know, so for instance, some of this is probably more important to me than it is to someone else. And you could set up what it is so that my favorite link is tied to me. And I'm going to see in my favorites quickly where I want to go to without having to search through all this information on the portal.
Tim is asking, you mentioned 60-second latency. Is this real time? I think they're probably, the genesis of the question is it real time or is it latency? You know.
So it's real-time data, but if you added a customer or you made an update to TrulinX, there's going to be a little bit of a delay, you know, as far as for when that's there. But it's real-time. This is real-time information.
Yeah. I mean, 60 seconds is on the outside. We're just under promising.
Yeah.
Are the minimum server requirements and stuff? What are the, I guess the question is, what are the requirements on their side? Do they need computers, servers?
Yeah, so asking about minimum requirements. So there are no minimum requirements. There's just going to be a connector between the two. So there is no real minimum requirements as far as to make that connection.
Just recent TrulinX version?
Yeah, just your recent TrulinX version is the only requirement.
No equipment. So yeah, different than e-commerce, you don't have to worry about equipment on their side.
Yeah, yeah. So e-commerce is going to require more equipment on your side or hosting it somewhere as far as a connection and a PIM, more. But for portal, it's not going to require anything.
So David's asking, does it include item images, spec pages and such?
No, it doesn't include item images or any type of spec pages. That is an e-commerce. So that's in the full e-commerce package. It is not in the portal package. It's really designed for someone to come in and see their information and then know what they're looking for and be able to search for that. It's not designed for them to go through and say, what all do you have, and search. It really is just a portal. It's not a full e-commerce setup.
Last call for questions.
All right. Any more questions? Just go ahead and put them in the question and answer. I guess one of the questions that no one's asked, and I'll go ahead and answer. As far as the one-time setup fee, it is $3,999. The hosting and support for the silver package, this being billed monthly on a credit card, is $515 a month. The gold package is $722 a month, and those are just direct billed to your credit card each month. Now, we do have a special, for the TrulinX webinar. We do have a special. So there is a limited time offer. We're going to go ahead and lower that setup fee. So through the end of October, so our October special for the webinar it will actually be $999. So instead of $4,000, you're looking at just under $1,000. And then in November, we're going to go ahead and have it at $1999. So two specials. There's an October special to jump on quickly, and then there's a November special if you can't decide by October 31st. Any more questions? Go ahead and please just put them in the question and answer box. Well, no more questions. If you do have questions, feel free to reach out to us. I appreciate everybody taking the time to be here. I appreciate Tribute and Lorna, hosting this, allowing us to share this message and this powerful tool. It really is a tool that's designed take the burden off your team, allow your customers to see their information and to be able to go to it 24/7. So if you're looking for something that's going to be powerful for your customer, but then also invest in helping your team out, this is the TrulinX portal is the product for you. So thanks everybody, and we'll be in touch.